So you made it back! You want to really see the rest of this, huh? Okay, well, I'm aim to please, I guess. So, we did go through our tinning process. It is tinned, we're ready to go. A couple tips with lead. First of all, this is lead. This isn't lead-free solder. This is 70-30 split. 70% lead, 30% tin. This is the good stuff, kids. This isn't the lead-free crap that they make, or some certain companies sell. Also, a little tip, pro tip. I'm not really a pro, but whatever. I guess you could call me that, but that's really sad that I am. Okay, moving on. You can, after your lead sits for a while, right? It'll get like a, get like a tarnish thing on it, right? It's all impurities and crap that's on it. So when they sit for a long time, they get really dirty. So what you do is you take some 180 on a sandpaper and you clean the sucker off. So I did that to these 3 rods, off film, and I am ready to go. So this has been tinned. Again, this panel is not going on a car. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. It's not going to be finished off in lead. I simply grabbed this thing off the wall. It's a headlight pod bucket thing that I was going to use for one of the show cars, and I didn't. So it's just kind of here. So I'm just going to kind of demonstrate how to put lead on it, and we're going to go from there. Always make sure your panel, isn't going to move. So put some weight on it so it goes down. Or stays down. All right. Other than that, I'm gonna get started because it's past my dinner time, and I'm gonna become a pumpkin real soon. So we're gonna start now. Paddles. This one I already buttered, but this is butter. This is paddle butter, or solder butter, or soldering paste, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But nevertheless, you put some on here. Also heat it. Again, I'm using propane for this. What you ultimately want to use is straight acetylene they sell a special tip that will pull oxygen from the atmosphere. Eastwood sells it. A couple other welding supply companies do sell it. You can do that. Some guys use like old denim jeans. They can rub this on. I use the coarse suede section of old TIG gloves to basically apply my thin layer of paste, and I can feel it. It's just got a little bit of something on there, but now that I touch it, and screwed it up. Yeah, it just keeps from the lead wanting to stick to the wood. You can sand these and clean them up. There's a couple different ways you can do it, but that's about it. I'm not burning the paddle or anything. I know it looks burnt, but it's not. All right, so there's that. We are buttered. We are ready. So, hey, in the comments, again, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to post some videos and stuff as I build the next weirdo show car and stuff. But also, hit me up in the comments of what else you guys would like to see me do, or what you would like to know how to do. Anything metal-wise, shaping, all of it. Cutting, welding, grinding, making weird things to scare your neighbors, stuff to scare your grandparents, whatever. But let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next. We can do paint stuff, we can do all sorts of weird things, so it really doesn't matter. So, biggest thing is you don't want to cook the tinning paste too awful much. You want to get heat, but you don't want too much heat. I get it's a hard thing to explain. I guess we're gonna kind of go with muscle memory. You just kind of know what I mean when you see it. That's kind of how we do this. Once the panel's hot enough, you can go in. Now, It doesn't actually matter how you get your lead on. It just kind of matters after the fact because you can heat it and move it. So just kind of get it on, pile it in there, and go from there. Now I'm using the heat trail, or the heat, because heat rises, to get this a little easier up here on this panel. Okay. I'm going to do more here. See, it wants to drip and run because it's just a runny thing. Put this. There's no real super right or wrong way to do any of this. You just kind of lob it up and go. Okay, so now it was funny. I was, as soon as you would put like the lead on, I would grab the paddle and start like putting it on, or start spreading it. And then I realized, I was told like, hey man, you don't have to really do that. You could just kind of get it on there and move it from there. So I was like, oh, well hell, if I don't have to do all the hard work all at once, I am in. And that's kind of how that developed. So we're gonna go up over here and let it all work its way down, because if I try getting that edge, it's just gonna do dumb things. So you're kind of at the mercy of gravity too. I know somebody, you could like turn the panel a different way and make it look super easy, but this is a weird curve that I'm trying to put lead in. So it's something to see, because I'm sitting here struggling with it, and other people would struggle with it as well. Maybe not, I don't know. I also talk too much, but I don't care. You guys are the ones watching this, so you can click and run. I'm stuck in this body. Ha! See the heat? Watch. See how it goes back right back down? Just is what it is. Like I said, the easiest, the couple of basic rules with this stuff is basically make sure everything's super clean. Make sure your materials are correct. Make sure your materials are clean. And you can go in and just start spreading. Also, if you go past your tin line, like here, right here, I'm starting to creep past it, lead won't stick to that. If it's not on the tin line, you're in trouble, because lead ain't gonna stick to it. So always go a little further than what you plan to lead, and everything will be cool. That's a good deal. Kind of methodic, isn't it? I'm just going to go right there. That's my way. We'll melt that down a little bit. Yeah, literally you can melt this stuff and just drip it on there too if you really wanted to, if you got weird spots. It really doesn't matter, because it's all going to apply. You're going to melt it down and you're going to move it around however you see fit. So as long as you keep the panel hot that it's going onto, it'll bite on and it'll stay. Don't go through the tinning butter. Don't go through that tin line, or don't go past the tin line, I should say, and you'll be all set. Other than that, ultimately it's better to do this on a flat surface. I know not everything you can, so you're gonna have to get really super used to heating this stuff at the top, because gravity's gonna pull it down. So like if I put lead, like I put lead along this line, well, I wanted to get lead here, it's just gonna pour down. So what I should have done, started heating along this line, and then started pouring the lead upward and start applying the lead going in an upward direction. It probably would have stayed on there. Okay. Now, this stuff acts weird. As you heat it, it's like a liquid, but it gets rock solid really quick. Heat right in here. Does it stink? Yes. Do most people try to get it out of their cars? Yeah. Is it cool because it's lead and it's just something that not everyone does anymore? Absolutely. I don't get to put this on many cars anymore because everybody just like, nah, I don't want to pay for it. So, I haven't really bought any more supplies or anything over time, but I don't know if I do another 50s car or 40s car or something like that, or maybe I'll do another lead sled and I'll do a real actual lead sled instead of filler work. We'll just do all lead, and just to have bragging rights. I always wanted to do like this little thing I saw. I saw Bill Hines. He was on Monster Garage a long time ago, which I'm sure everybody knows that he was. He's Bill Hines, of course, But he did the little dual antenna thing, the little antenna port for that Chevy that they built on the show. And I always thought that was a neat little thing, and it was just something cool that he did, and he did a lot of that. His little antenna port thing was kind of one of his little gimmicks. Not little gimmicks, but one of his gimmicks. And I often thought about getting some tubing and making one that I could like just put on a shelf. Just kind of do one and let it and just kind of have it in raw, just so that way I have it for me and, my own personal gratification, I guess. But, yeah. Just set that there, set some of that there, sure. Literally, I'm just dripping it and melting it in place, just so that way I can move it around in a minute here and go from there. Okay, let's see here. We'll heat right here and watch. See, it kind of hits the bare metal and just kind of, and I'll be able to pluck that right off. Literally be able to pluck it right off. And yes, just so you know, that is getting hot. Since it's there, we'll melt it down. It ain't gonna do anything, but we'll melt it down. Okay, now. See how liquid that gets? Now watch, it's gonna get hard quickly at some point, maybe. There we go. There you go. See how I go past the tin line? It just kind of drops right off. It's got nothing to stick to. I'm just going to heat this up and move it around just a little bit more, and then I'm taking a shower and going out to dinner. I don't know what you're all doing. Let me know what you guys do on a Tuesday night. Why not? I'm going to post this up, and just so you know, no editing, no nothing, because I'm not doing editing. So this is all going to be just one take type deal. That's why we did a two-part video, just for the little bit of break in between the tinning of the panel and the leading of the panel. See how that? So there's the tin line, right up in here, right? That's going to stay. Look at this. There you go. There's the difference. That's not tin. That's tin. That stayed. That didn't. That gives you any type of indication as to how important tinning is on a clean panel to get your lead work to stick. Okay? Now I can heat this and move it around all I want, as long as I stay on that tinned pattern. If I stay in the tinned area, we're all good. If I go off of it, it's just going to flake off. So what I would recommend is everyone that is actually going to attempt this and do this, do it on a practice panel. Don't do it on your project car right off the get-go and be like, oh, I got this. Practice on some junk first. Make a mess. I haven't met a customizer yet that has made every car absolutely perfect. To get 100 good cars, I can almost guarantee you we've destroyed thousands of bad ones. Or thousands of good cars to get 100 good ones. There we go. Something like that. I don't know. Know what I mean, not what I say. It's late. I'm tired. So I had a lot of blast out at Uncle Tony's the other night. That was kind of fun. Something different. And I had fun. I enjoyed it. You know. I'm planning on doing some more stuff with this channel just because I do a lot of customer stuff, and I'm gearing up to do my next show car, and I just want the ability to basically do whatever I want, say what I want, and, you know, be a general nuisance to everyone. Sorry, but that's kind of me and what I am. Ask anybody. Although I'm being nice right now because I don't have my sunglasses on, and I honestly, I feel a little naked. People creep me out. Actually, I'm a people watcher, but people really do creep me out. It's not that I don't like you guys. I mean, you're interesting animals, absolutely. But it's just one of those things. I don't know. I get nervous around crowds. Actually, I can't stand people, but I enjoy crowds. Go figure, right? As long as the crowds don't talk to me, I'm all good. Which is a really bad thing because I'm like, you know, doing YouTube channels and putting myself out there. Good luck with that, right? Oh, also, anybody that, you know, got any hate or anything like that, or you're not doing that right, I don't really care. This lead is sticking, and this is not forever. And this is technically the proper way to do this. Basically, tinning, leading properly, keeping everything clean, and we'll go from there. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to melt down some of this other crap. Yes, that gets hot. Woo, quick. I want lead right there. Just want more there. Like, I'm literally going to, at some point, just put, I'm going to just put this back on the wall and hang it up and go from there. But on the same note, I want that spot filled. Just because. So I'd like to see some of your guys' videos or whatever. Let me know what you guys do with this. You know, if you're gonna attempt this or whatever, seriously, send me a video or send me a message like, hey, I tried it, or send me pictures. If you got questions, please ask. You're gonna make a mess at first, and it's okay to fail, because from failing, you're gonna figure out how to do it, and yeah, you'll be all right. Sometimes it's better to fail or screw stuff up, because then you got to get your butt out of trouble with it and get all that figured out. Periodically, throw a little paste on there, a little more on there, and nothing sticks. All right. See, when it's hard, there's really nothing to push, but if you put some heat on it, get it moving around again, it's liquid all over again. Okay. And you'll be pushing it, and all of a sudden you'll feel it just kind of stop, because it cools off fairly rapidly. And that, kids, is how they used to do this before Bondo and Tiger Bear and Duraglass. Now, it looks messy and everything else, but that's kind of where you're at. You can go in with files. This is all radiused, so this would be completely useless for this. You can do silica-free Rolox. Silica-free though, these things have all grinding discs have a certain amount of silica. All cutoff wheels have a certain amount of asbestos on them. Everything's going to kill you. So wear a mask, wear eye protection, wash your hands. Like, mine are dirty because I'm doing this. I'm gonna go get clean, I'm gonna wash up. If I was doing this alone, I'd have a mask on. I'd have the garage door open and well ventilated. I do have a fan going that's blowing the other direction. But be safe, be careful. Know where you're pointing your torch and all that other stuff. If you're gonna use acetylene and oxygen, have a holder to hold that torch or somebody there to take it, because you're gonna be heating, putting lead on, then you're going to be dropping all that and spreading this. You want to be sitting there holding a torch that's going while you're trying to do this one-handed. I mean, you kind of watch me do it, but it's kind of cumbersome. But I've gotten used to doing it because I've done it for so long that way. But it's always good to have a buddy or have some type of rack to hold the torch out of the way that it's not going to start a fire or something. Other than that, you know, just keep playing with it. And as you can see, it's warm, it's not hot. Had I gone back in and, you know, I could heat this more and keep playing with it, I could add more to it and really finalize that line and stuff. But again, this is just to kind of show how to put lead on steel and how to keep it clean and everything. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's always the first one of a how-to series, so it's kind of shaky, and I'm sure I'll get way better at it because I have in the past. So good night, peace, have a good one, kids. See ya.